Welcome to the National Floor Covering Association's Floor Covering Reference Manual. This brief tutorial is designed to help you navigate efficiently around the manual, as there are some 1,000 pages of information stored in it. First of all, the floor covering types that are contained within the book are resilient flooring, carpet, hardwood, laminate. Other flooring contains both bamboo and cork. First of all, if we went into the section called General Requirements, which deals with a lot of substrate preparation and pre-installation information, and we scroll down to Part A10, Acceptable Conditions. This is a commonly used section of the manual. Within this section, there are some 17 chapters which, to help you understand how to get down to, say, let's look at moisture. That would be contained in section 3 of this part, and all you do is scroll down to part 3. There's number 2, and there is number 3, moisture, and there's all the information you need that pertains to that issue. So that's how the indexing system works for every one of these parts. So patching and filling would have the same thing. There, it's got 3 sections in this chapter. Another tip, resilient flooring, scope of work, what is expected to be included in the flooring contractor's contract and what is not from a national standpoint. So if we click on scope of work, there's a list of all the items that would be expected to be included in the work, and there's a section on what is not expected to be included in the work. Every floor covering type covered in the manual has its own scope of work. So for hardwood, we'd find scope of work here, DO4A, and so on. Another area that is commonly looked for would be the actual specification guides. Each flooring type has its own spec guide. Carpet, there it is, CO6A for rolled goods, and carpet tile, CO6B. Let's go back to resilient for the spec guide there and click on that. It's basically a summary of how the process should move forward from a national standpoint on how to put resilient flooring in properly. It covers everything from testing requirements, pre-installation site meeting, mock-up, leveling standards. Everything that you need to do the job properly is covered in this spec guide. And like I say, this is what we want architects to specify into the Division 9 section of building instructions. On page number 1 of the manual, if we go to Introduction here and just click on Introduction, we go back to page 1. We've listed all 10 spec guides right here for the convenience of the architects if they want to spec anything from resilient to cork flooring. All they do is click on these links and they'll go directly to the spec. Lastly, in this pull-down menu, Introduction, if we go down to Quick Reference, then we've summarized some of the commonly used pieces of information to help clarify issues such as leveling and floor flatness. Rather than look for them in the manual, they're on this summary page, which is called Quick Reference Guide. I hope this helps you navigate the Floor Covering Reference Manual a little easier. Any further questions, call the BC Floor Covering Association office at 604-881-4944.